Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the next episode of The Last of Us Part 2. Last episode, we got to play some guitar and take a little bit of a break from exploring. Kind of a memory of Joel for a minute, which is kind of nice. But now we're going to get out of the music store. There's a couple of other areas to get some more materials out of a couple of safes, and along the way we're going to learn some more about WLF. So we got a couple more areas to explore, and then we're going to go into the main building and then get a move on. Alright, so let's get back down. We're going to go back to the horse. Or, I think we're going to go back to the horse right now. If not, we might go across. I think we're actually going to go across right here. This is another area that I missed in the first run of the game, which was interesting. Another day in paradise.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's a very good drawing, actually. Doesn't seem like too much yet that we have written down.
Jotting this down.
Another area. Ammo, which is always nice. And here's a little bit of a blast from the past. Scanner.
Ugh. Haven't seen one of these in a while.
Yep, the thing that I would identify if you were sick or not. Very interesting.
Looks like that's everything over here.
Yeah. Oh, and a workbench. Check that out. Wherever there's parts, there's usually a workbench. We're gonna top off. I think we only have 2 upgrades left. Yeah, we do. We're going to up the damage for this revolver, because we're going to need it the most to take out these guys. Now we made Joel's pistol even more dangerous with the higher damage percentage. We're also going to upgrade our shotgun. I believe that was the ammo capacity. I love the workbenches in this game. It's just so cool how unique they are. It really makes you feel like you're really upgrading the weapons, because they have all the unique animations of them taking the ammo out, adding parts, cleaning out the barrels. It's totally cool. Very, very much of a standout. And I really like that a lot. Oh, there's a little area over here. Looks like I missed the prompt for something on the wall. I actually didn't see that.
Hey, that building's got something on top I'd call dome-like.
Yeah, you're right. It's on the map now.
That's the main
Ration
building.
distribution center.
In Boston, we'd line up for blocks. And the food sucked.
I'd go crazy.
Some people did. Come on, let's find a way in.
And that's just an invisible wall because the horse's head is right there. So I was like, okay, I'll go in this way instead.
Fedra secured the shit out of this place.
Boston always had food shortages. Hungry people get desperate.
Keep an eye out for some infected or possibly soldiers around here, because we don't know what's over here.
Can you get through?
Alright, I got you.
Oh, we got infected.
Stay low.
Staying crouched in tall grass makes it more difficult for enemies to see you. Sometimes you gotta go fully prone, or they're gonna see you. Like I'm testing right there. I think this guy actually sees me, because I'm trying to keep quiet. But I think this guy actually ends up seeing me. I think he gets too close before I'm able to attack. Yeah. Luckily, it's just him by himself. Oh no, there's two of them. I thought there was just one. Luckily, it was just a couple of runners.
I think we dropped all of them.
Yeah, looks that way.
That would have been bad if there was a huge group together on the side of the wall. Oh, and there's more. The worst combination, clickers and runners. One that's very loud, one that's very, very quiet. It's the worst combination you can have. And this is where the bow really, really shines. If you can land the perfect shot, which I end up doing, it's extremely satisfying to do this. You get like the best shot. Now, go. There we go. It's so great to just shoot somebody in the head with an arrow and then no one gets alerted. It's like the greatest thing in the world. It really, really is. Because you have to do it with these runners. There's no way you can get behind them. You can get behind them, but it's extremely hard. And that was lucky, because I could have easily missed that, and then you could have seen me. Because even if I missed the guy, it would have woken the clickers up, because they're just standing there. It would have woke them up, because when the arrow hits the side of the wall, it alerts them. Not necessarily alert where you would have been out of stealth, but they would have started to walk around, and you wouldn't be able to walk up behind them like so, and just, you know, cut their necks open. And that ends that. It's done with that area.
I don't get it. If there were still people around, they would have cleared this place out, right?
Maybe they didn't make it to this spot.
Maybe. Let's find that gas.
And remember, we're doing all this just to get some gasoline to move on with the story. It's a lot of exploration. But there's a good amount of story too, like I said, so it's not just all for nod. Looks like there's a gas tank in there. Hopefully it's got something.
Shit. Latch is on the other side. Found the gas. Just need to get back there.
Hey, Ellie. This place is a synagogue.
How can you tell?
One, there are menorah decorations on the wall. It's a Jewish thing. And two, I didn't burst into flames just now, so...
Burst into flames?
It's just a dumb joke.
Oh, unlike your other ones?
You shut it. This place brings back a lot of memories. My sister used to drag me to a synagogue all the time.
You never struck me as much of a believer.
Nah. But I like coming from a long line of survivors.
You mean after Outbreak Day?
That, and the Inquisition, and the Holocaust. My family always made it out alive. Barely.
Okay.
Squeeze through here, get some ammo. Can move this piece forward. And then that's when we can get to the gas. Alright, hoping to God there's some gasoline in here. Don't want to go dry again. Yes!
Oh, hell
There's some in
yeah.
there.
Hey, language. This is a house of worship.
We got some gas.
Oh, fuck.
Well, this is a place of worship. Hey, we got gas. Oh, yeah! It's fantastic. Get that door open.
Do you still pray?
Sometimes.
Really? When?
I said one when we left Jackson. I said one at Joel's grave. Sometimes I just say little ones to myself.
Does it help?
I think it calms me. Helps me put things in perspective. It's a way to deal with grief. A way to show respect. It's what I know.
It's a good way to look at it, honestly. It's like, even if you're not a religious person, it's a good way to look at it. Alright, now we just need to get out of here, so... Funny thing is, when I had to reload this area because I stopped recording, the thing that you're supposed to move decided to move itself for me. So I was like, okay, thanks. You left me something to do. You left me something to not do. Just had to re-grab the ammo because the area got reloaded because I stopped recording for that time being. There's nothing in here, so we're fine. We don't have to have our weapon raised. But yeah, when you are done with that dialogue exchange, you're supposed to take that little thing and put it right here. And this is me being stupid for a second because I didn't play for about a week and realizing, wait a minute, I'm supposed to keep it here. So I started to move it and I just put it back. So that's why I moved it.
Right behind.
We got fresh intel. There's an active WLF hideout on the spring and the 5th. Execute any suspects and secure the location. What is in the cabinet? I wonder.
What's this?
Oh, this is the Torah.
The what?
It's scripture. It's like a Jewish Bible.
Hmm.
My sister would have flipped for this. The one we used in New Mexico was half burned. All right. Well, at least I didn't just chuck everything.
Honestly, right? Half the time you think a lot of things would just be gone or demolished or just thrown out when society just goes to hell. It's nice when you find stuff that
Bet I can
you
get
wouldn't
to the
expect
other
to be there.
balcony with this.
Ellie, careful.
It's okay. It's holding. Nothing to it. Come on, Dina.
Right.
Come on over. There you go. Little office looks like. Some more pills, which is always good.
5774? Are we in the future?
No, doofus. That's a Hebrew calendar. For the new year. My sister used to give me an apple dipped in honey. Ugh, now I'm craving it.
No, doofus. That's a Hebrew calendar. It takes one candle to dispel the darkness. I gotta watch over you always, Rabbi.
I forgot where you were going.
I was just kind of reading that to myself. I actually forgot what that note was saying. Okay. That area is done. Beyond faith and pain. It's like it's so bright outside. Come on, Dina, let's go.
Okay, gate.
Could be a while before we run into Abby and her friends. It might be worth grabbing some supplies before we press on.
That's what we've been doing. It's like we've been grabbing supplies. We've just been
Onward,
taking our time. Onward, Shimmer. But first, map.
How you doing back there? Getting homesick?
A little bit. You?
Same. Miss having a roof over my head.
You know, I've always dreamed of fixing up a farm just outside of Jackson.
Why wouldn't you stay in town?
I don't know. I like the idea of real space.
Sounds lonely.
Only if you're doing it alone.
Okay. So are we gonna, like, raise sheep and milk cows?
Are you making fun of me?
No. It actually sounds kind of nice.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
Another area that we passed by last episode is a coffee shop. You can actually go right in here, like so. And yes, you can. There's stuff to grab in here. Parts, a note, ammo as well. I was gonna say possibly ammo, but then turned out to be a Jill revolver shot. Check our WLF houses for supplies. Probably a long shot. Don't worry about the gas. We'll take care of it, Mike. Okay.
Wasn't Joel all about coffee?
Kidding me? He'd trade half his stuff for a bag of beans.
I never got it. Tastes like burnt shit.
Thank you. Acquired taste, my ass.
It kind of is, actually. I don't normally get black coffee or coffee with creamer. I usually get like iced or like a blended coffees. That's just me. But damn, it tastes so good. That was the one thing that Joel really missed the most, was coffee. I remember he said it in the first game too, when he walked into a little coffee bar in one of the hotels. He's like, "I sure do miss coffee." So it doesn't surprise me he'd trade half his stuff for a bag of beans. Oh, surprise! You can never be too careful in corners like this.
You okay?
Yeah,
How do they get inside these places?
I don't know. I hate that shit.
It was funny actually when I first saw that. That was a
What's
key.
this?
It was kind of funny when I first saw that. I was just like, remember?
It
I think it was 38. Beware of bathrooms from
it's for?
Zombieland. That's immediately what I thought of when
Let's
that
keep an eye out.
zombie
Might be worth checking out.
bust out of the bathroom. I immediately thought of that line because it was kind of humorous.
Should we get this gas back to the Fedra gate?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's what Naughty Dog was going for as a reference to Zombieland, but if they didn't, that's pretty much what a lot of people are going to think of. 'Cause that's a pretty hilariously
place
fun horror comedy movie. That place is done. And I actually know where that key goes. That door that we passed by a previous episode that I kind of stopped and looked at, turns out it was locked. So we have to go back to that door and open it up with the key, and then that's when we get into the final area. But also, I ran right past this. I actually have all the areas written down that I missed. So I'm like, wait a minute, I walked right past the gate west too. And there's going to be a safe in here.
Where are you going?
There's something back here.
like I said, when it comes to New Game Plus, you want to look around as much as possible to get the most out of your experience, but also get the most out of your possible resources, because you also have access to the MP5, the suppressed weapon, and you can only really get the ammo in safes. And then the combination to that is a gate code that we gotta pull up, and we can use it. This is me trying to find the paper. I almost clicked on Joel's watch for the hell of it, 'cause I was like, wait a minute. I didn't know you can view it in your backpack. Because I never really go through the artifacts when it comes to the backpack. Not even really in the first game. Like, I'd pick them up and look at them for a second, and then I just wouldn't go back to it. There they are. I believe it was West 2. Yeah, West 2 gate code. But it says gate code, so it's like, is it the West gate code or is it just the regular gate code? So that's why I go back and look again, because I just don't want to put it in wrong. I think I actually used the wrong code first. It's 0451, that's the code, West 2. I think I'm actually writing it down in real time when I was filming this. That way I don't have to keep going back to the paper, because it was kind of a pain to pull it out. That's clearly the wrong one. I don't remember what I was... Yeah, I don't remember what I was trying to do there. Because see, the sign's a little confusing. It says use gate code, and then you have to like think about, like, wait a minute, it's gonna be the West 2 gate code or the main gate code? So, I mean, this is kind of what the saves become. They kind of take a little bit more time because you have to look at the numbers and put them in manually. There we go. I'm putting in the right number.
Oh shit.
That was some good scavenging.
Yeah, and there's even a what's it called? Trading card in there. So if you want to get all the trading cards and get that trophy or achievement, you have to crack open at least all the safes so you can make sure you find the trading cards. So it's just that, and then all we have left is that little room with the key that I have to open, and I know right where that's at, so gotta go walk over there and get in there. That's the last area of Seattle to look through, and we can get a move on with the story. This is the last time we're gonna have as much exploration as this in the entire game. For a while, anyway.
Oh shit, I got it.
Let's see what we got in here.
And I've never been in the majority of these rooms before, that's why I'm just ready
Hell
with
is
my
this
guns.
place?
Some kind of WLF something.
And there's the trophy sightseer. I hadn't had that before. That's another reason why I wanted to do it, so I can get a trophy. Because not only is there story, but you get a trophy for it, and there's more to
What is
the
that?
dialogue and more about the WLF,
propaganda.
like right here with the propaganda.
Reminds me of the Fireflies in Boston.
In New Mexico, we had these guys called the Ravens. Protectors of the Constitution, they called themselves.
What was their deal?
Ex-Fedra types who thought Fedra had too many rules. They ran protection rackets. They took multiple wives. Great dudes.
Ugh, yikes.
Yeah.
What's this?
Here's their plans to hit that convoy.
Man, the WLF just wiped the military out. Way more successful than the Fireflies ever were. think we got everything here.
Yep, it's all done. That's everything. Just some more pills over here, which is always good for the skill trees. Get us more leveled up.
Goonie and Ghost would have loved this.
Who?
They were these feral cats I had before I came to Jackson. But they didn't seem to want to leave with us, so I miss those scratchy little shits sometimes. You have any pets?
Nah, was never really my thing.
Oh, maybe when we're done with all this, we can get a nice little creature to take care of.
Alright, deal.
Pets are always so great. You can never really live without them. So yeah, that's everywhere in Seattle. You just gotta craft a little suppressor here. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of this episode. We're going to have the title card come up in a few seconds. Next episode, we're going to walk out, and we're going to go up to the main gate, and we're going to run into a couple of baddies we might get caught. So we're going to find our way to get out of some shenanigans next episode. So we'll see you all later. Goodbye.